You are now hearing the voice of author Alex Beyman, native and nearly lifelong resident of the Pacific Northwest. I've been practicing writing for a decade or so prior to the publication of my first trad-pubbed anthology, only sharing my stories with the world now that I feel certain I have something worth sharing. Growing up autistic, I was always the strange, quiet kid who kept to himself, lost in his own fantastically detailed inner world. If you ever wondered in your own youth what kids like that are thinking about, you'll find the answers in this book. Much of my writing is a sort of self-therapy. By describing my fears, my insecurities, and despair, I extract these demons from my mind and banish them to the page. Folklore teaches us that knowing the name of a demon robs it of its power. Describing a trauma can do the same by helping you to process it. That's the principal reason why my writing reads something like a celebration of sickness, sadness, wrongness, badness, darkness, and madness. But are we really here just to be happy, or to experience the full spectrum of what it means to be human? A life without suffering is like a diet consisting only of cakes and candies, or if the only genre of film was romantic comedy. The world is neither so putrid as it appears from the low points, nor as magical as it appears from the high points. Reality is where those two perspectives meet. A blend of beauty and ugliness, like Mother Nature, which gives us ducklings and kittens, but also Ebola and the kangaroo fish. Yet, even in ugliness, there is hidden beauty. If, for example, you were to examine Ebola closely enough, you'd be confronted with intricate molecular patterns. Something as mundane as a bucket of sand becomes unexpectedly beautiful when viewed under a microscope, although what you're looking at is innumerable tiny corpses. To create beauty, evolution requires death. This paradoxical principle led me to linger, perhaps longer than I ought to, in that dark inner void, gazing into the abyss and writing down what I saw, letting the abyss gaze into me as well until it was like looking in a mirror. How many compelling songs have been written about happiness or love compared to pain, sadness, and regret? We value positive emotions so highly, even though it's no deeper than a puddle compared to the bottomless ocean that is suffering. Much like the ocean, the abyss one gazes into can be an educational and constructive place to visit, but not to live. If you remain submerged for too long, death is certain. A dangerous game to swim against the current of that downward spiral, but the treasures to be found at those depths are worth the risk. Now I'm back from the abyss, and I've brought as much treasure with me as I could carry, those abominable, glistening black gems of the deep, stolen from their secret places, that the world of the living might have the chance to appreciate their alien beauty.